What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400
and 107.1 FM
every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. Y'all, I had a super late start today. You would never guess what I woke up to. If you don't know me, you wouldn't know this, but I am a very clean person. Low-key OCD clean. Like, everything has to be in its place. I have to make my bed before I leave the house in the morning or before I leave to go anywhere. I can't have stuff laying around. I can't have food out. Like, I just, I can't. It makes me feel squeamish and disgusted. I'm just a very clean person. Well, I'm also an individual who wakes up at night to go to the bathroom. And what I usually do is I wake up, keep my eyes closed, go to the bathroom, and get right in bed. That way I don't wake myself up. Literally, I can walk around my entire house with my eyes closed and know where everything is. I've gotten so good at it. But this morning when I actually woke up, I had to obviously open my eyes so I have to get ready for work. And I'm seeing something in my bathroom. I'm like, what the heck is that? So I turn on the light. Yes, I was using the bathroom in the dark. And bruh, my entire bathroom had ants crawling all over it. And I'm not being dramatic when I say my entire bathroom. Oh my gosh, I was so disgusted. And I'm sitting here just like, bruh, what the heck? So my friend from Dallas, he's a really big DJ, international DJ, and he was just DJing for Back on the Block in Los Angeles, California. He had a layover in Vegas. He's like, hey man, you mind if I come over and hang out with you until I got to get back to the airport at 5? I said, yeah. Shout out to DJ Kenny Lofton. And I'm sitting here just like, I have a friend coming over. I got to make sure that I clean up really well, even though it's already clean. My house is literally, I'm going to throw up. Even though it's already clean, he's playing like a little bug sound. I just made sure to clean up a little bit extra special because I had a guest coming over. So when I woke up to that in my bathroom, I was flabbergasted at the fact. Why is this still playing? I was flabbergasted at the fact that my bathroom had ants crawling in the tub, crawling on the walls, crawling in my sink, crawling in my cupboards. I literally had a panic attack. And come to find out, there was like a little hole right next to my bathtub, and they were coming out through that hole and attacking my body sugar scrub I had in my tub. When I tell you I was so disgusted, even though all of my products were closed, I'm just that type of person that's like, I don't know, like, bugs can squish through things. I threw everything away. And I ended up on time for work, but it almost didn't work. Woo, y'all. Oh my gosh.
Wait. You were on time?
I was on time. We weren't on time for this, but I was on time for work.
It was like 57 as you walked in the door.
On time.
Normally it's like 45. You got to get,
Facts. I'm usually here an hour and a half before work, but I was still on time, technically. The other show wasn't even done by the time I walked in here. So technically I was on time, but just can't. All right, let's get into the show rundown. Today, I'm going to go over the daily news headlines. Then we're going to have a discussion on if the classrooms are safe in today's society. And then later on in the show, we are going to have the amazing Erica Cobb, who is an NAACP Image Award nominated broadcaster and co-host on TEGNA's Daily Blast Live, who's going to join me to discuss her media journey, how she's earned nods from celebrities like Gabrielle Union, how she's building up the next generation of professionals, and more. So make sure to stick around because I need to release this ick that I have. Like they're crawling over my body. Ew. All right, let's get into this daily news. Oh, boo. Tomato. We have finally gotten a definitive answer on the Carly Russell case. And man, when I tell you I'm over it, girl, I am over it. Not only are we now left with knowing that this was all a lie, it was all a lie. And Carly made this all up. But in my opinion, she was too cowardly to own up to her actions and had her attorney write a statement for her that the Hoover Police Chief Nick There's this read. Listen to what he had to say. So we're going to play that in just a second. But let me get into this. I'm just disgusted and disappointed in this young black lady. She should truly be ashamed of herself. I'm sticking to the thought that one's actions don't define me and other people, but we know how society works. And unfortunately, one person's actions can do just that. Define an entire community. Child, it's already hard enough to get the world to believe black women when they speak up and reach out for help. This is really horrible. Like, she effed up. On top of that, there are already so many black boys and girls who are going missing every day who aren't even looked for or found. And what makes it worse is that people who donated to the Crime Stoppers of Metro Alabama won't be getting their money back, even though they received $63,000 in donations to help find Carly's trifling butt. As of right now, we don't know if the district attorney's office will press charges against her, but we're going to play this sound so you guys can hear what Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis had to say.
Kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023.
Tonight's big story, Carly Russell has admitted through a statement from her lawyer that she was never abducted when she went missing for 49 hours. But Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis says that they still do not know where she was during that time. Good evening to you. I'm Ben Hoover.
And I'm Sherry Jackson. Russell's attorney is expected to meet with Hoover Police tomorrow. Tonight, CBS 42's Maddie McQueen is live at the Hoover Police Department. And Maddie, Chief Durzis says there's a chance Carly Russell could be prosecuted.
Okay. All right. So that was the wrong sound, but we're going to go ahead and skip it. I pretty much said what the guy had to say. She just apologized and she said this was the accident and a mistake. So we're going to skip that because I want to respect everybody's time because we got a lot of stuff to go over. Let's get into the second news headlines. So get into this nasty ish that was reported by Hollywood Unlocked. A former transgender lawmaker in New Hampshire has been charged with sexual exploitation of children at a daycare center. 39-year-old Stacey Marie Lawton, who was born male but now identifies as female, faces federal charges of aiding and abetting the sexual exploitation of children, and it carries a prison sentence of up to 30 years. Per the U.S. Attorney's Office in Boston, Lawton, who is New Hampshire's first transgender legislator, was arrested in connection with the arrest of 38-year-old Lindsay Groves, who worked at Creative Minds Early Learning Center in Tyngsboro, Massachusetts. Groves, who allegedly dated Lawton at one point, is accused of taking sexually explicit photos of the children at Groves' workplace. On July 18th, prosecutors said they found over 10,000 text messages on her cell phone, allegedly showing her and Lawton talking about and transferring explicit pictures that Groves had taken last year of children between 3 to 5 years old. Talk about sick. Per the Justice Department, the text allegedly shows the pair fantasizing with each other about sexual intercourse with the children. One text message allegedly shows Lawton asking Groves, quote, "So would you let me F the little girls that you work with? And you're not screenshotting this and possibly going to use this against me at all. Like, we're both on the same page. We both want to do this, and he would let me put my D inside those little girls. I mean, what if my D is too big? I mean, it's big, but it's not that big. I think you could fit it in there. And if it doesn't fit all the way, then I could stop. I don't want to hurt them," end quote. Groves allegedly replied, quote, "If they want your D inside them," end quote. Lawton allegedly asked, quote, "Would you let the little girls S my D," end quote. Groves allegedly replied, quote, "It's their choice," end quote. It's further alleged that Lawton instructed Groves to take a picture of her touching a child's genitals for Lawton's sexual gratification. What grossed me out the most outside of both of these sickos is that the lady connected to this really believes that babies, not kids, not teenagers, not young adults, babies can make a sexual decision at their age. Like, WTF. This world is, I just can't. I really just can't. Both of these individuals are sick. Literally, here's another example of how you try to say one person doesn't define me or my community, but boom, Someone does something like this and it defines the whole community anyway. Honestly, I feel bad for the transgender community because I already know people are going to use this against them and call them all sick-minded individuals that try to indoctrinate the youth and want to rape all of them. There are bad people in every community. There are sick people in every community. But man, I just can't. This I'm disgusted. People in minority groups should realize that even though we are still fighting for the rights of others and ourselves, one little mistake can set us back. And it doesn't matter how much you say, oh, well, one person can't define me, and how much you try to push for that motto, because I try to my hardest. The majority does not give a crap about what's good happening over here. You know, the world thrives off drama, mess, and sick-minded-ish. I just can't believe this legislator did this mess. I can't believe this woman, like, y'all are sick. And I will say this, don't just blame it on the transgender woman, blame it on the actual woman as well. That sick heathen. All right, so Miss Monica, I love you for this, friend. All right, I love you. I love you. If y'all don't know who Monica is, she's an American singer known for the song The Boy Is Mine. And she's been on the musical scene since the 1990s and is still killing the game in 2023. Recently, she was on the stage performing at Riverfront Music Festival in Detroit, Michigan, when she witnessed an older man punching an older woman in the face. Unfortunately, these were two Black people. She immediately stopped her show to confront the man and tell him he was wrong and that he shouldn't hit a woman like that. Things escalated and she ended up hopping off the stage to go after the man. That's crazy. After she got back on the stage and she apologized to her crowd because she said that situation triggered her and she couldn't help but act and protect the older Black woman. Take a listen to this audio.
Listen, y'all don't get up out of here. You want to play like that. You don't even know lady like you got mine? Say it. You don't hear no lady like that. I want to apologize, y'all. That triggered me. I seen him punch that lady in the face and I lost my top. I apologize, y'all. I apologize from the bottom of my heart.
Hey, I know that's right, Miss Monica. I'm giving you the bell. Protect Black women. Men should not be putting their hands on women, and women should not be putting their hands on men. Everybody stop the damn violence. Walk away, please. Stop being sick and evil people. I can't. If you didn't see that video that was released, that man punched the hell out that lady. I mean, punched her hard. Now, there are some people who say, well, if women put their hands on men, men have the right to defend themselves. I feel as though anybody has the right to defend themselves. And that's exactly why I say, stop putting your hands on people. Stop. And also, if you know that you can really hurt somebody, walk away. Walk away. Be the bigger person. All right. So in some Las Vegas news, we are getting a 24-hour Whataburger on the Strip. Woo! I have to ring the bell for that because if you don't know what that is, it is only in my opinion, the best fast food burger joint in Texas. Oh, it's like the In-N-Out of the South, but actually good. Yeah, I said it. In-N-Out is trash. If y'all haven't heard me say this, I'm going to say it again. I love me some Dallas, Texas. I lived there from 2021 until 2022. And Whataburger got me through some things when I lived there, y'all. The restaurant will be two stories and adjoining the Waldorf Astoria. Sad it's not anywhere in the local community, but I'm glad we will still have it in the city. I can't wait, y'all. I can't wait. All right, so that's been the daily news headlines. Welcome into everybody who's on the YouTube. I see Miss Dupar, who is chatting right now, and Andrea, aka Cookie. Thank y'all for being here. When we come back, we're gonna have a conversation on if our classrooms are really safe. So stick around because you're gonna want to hear this news report. It's pretty crazy. And then after that, we're gonna have the amazing Erica Cobb, an NAACP Image Award nominated broadcaster and co-host on TEGNA's Daily Blast Live, who's going to join me live to discuss her media journey, how she's earned nods from celebrities like Gabrielle Union, how she's building up the next generation of professionals, and more. So stick around, okay? It's the Jaime Dee Show, and I'll be right back.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
Boom. Hey, oh, 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 hey, oh. Welcome back, guys. You're now tuned into the Jaime Dee Show, which is live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. Yeah, y'all, this is a real live morning radio show. I'm happy to have you guys here. All right, so if you're just now joining me, I already went over the daily news headlines, and now I'm going to talk about if our classrooms are safe. Now, I want to play this clip because I feel like it's going to really piss a lot of y'all off. And I'm not here to piss y'all off, but I'm here to keep y'all in tune with what's going on in the world, okay? We got to protect our babies. Take a listen to this clip. All right, so as we get the clip up, in this clip, you're going to hear a situation about a substitute teacher who created a fight club in the classroom. I just don't understand why these sick individuals are getting in spaces where we really need protection, love, light, security, and more. Police officers, teachers, lawyers. It's like, oh my gosh, are we safe anywhere? All right, do we have the clip loaded up? All right, take a listen to this news clip.
24-year-old substitute teacher Natalie Garcia was arrested Monday, charged with 4 counts of child endangerment after this video came to light. You can see these are 12 and 13-year-olds at Kimbrough Middle School in Mesquite, Texas, whose faces have been blurred because their minors appear to be fighting each other at the encouragement of their substitute teacher. The incident was caught on a cell phone video obtained by NBC Dallas. The mother of the student who filmed this video says she was shocked at what she saw.
I was devastated. I was like, I couldn't watch the full video. I had to stop it multiple times because I didn't think it was real. I said, this must be a prank. This is not real.
According to Martinez, her daughter told her Garcia pushed desks aside to create a space for the students to fight each other, with some leaving the classroom bleeding.
I do not want this on record.
The school district confirmed the teacher encouraged the fighting and told a student to keep watch at the door while fights took place.
Who in their right mind? Because I trust my child to go to school, but I also trust the staff to keep my kids safe. And then this lady, she actually making them fight.
Mesquite Independent School District released a statement calling Garcia's actions appalling and intolerable. They write in part, "As educators, our hearts are heavy, knowing that an individual entrusted with the supervision and care of our students could behave in this manner, and we share the disgust that the families of students in this class must feel." Mesquite ISD has fired Garcia, who had been an employee of the district for just over a month. It's not clear if Garcia has obtained legal counsel. The Dallas County Public Defender's Office has not responded to a request for comment. Now, Beatrice Martinez, whose daughter filmed the video, says her daughter is getting death threats from fellow students for reporting the incident.
When I tell y'all, I am sick to my stomach. As an individual who was a teacher and college advisor for the Atlanta public school systems, I have seen some dumb-ish in the classrooms from students, teachers, and staff. But have I ever wanted to say, let's give these kids a space to actually fight? No! If y'all try to give these kids a space to fight, y'all need to create boxing class or something. Not literally be out here creating a fight class. What the heck? What is wrong with people? Our school should be a safe space for our students. It's already bad enough that we have to worry about our students going to school and being bullied by other students. But now we have to worry about teachers and staff too. Let me tell y'all, I have seen teachers and staff instigate fights, push students to do dumb stuff, be all messy with the students. I'm over it. This is despicable behavior, and this woman should be ashamed of herself. Ashamed. I understand that we are seeing younger and even sexier people entering into our schools as teachers and staff, but we need to let go of this mindset that we need to be friends with our students, that we need to be one of them. Yeah, it's amazing that we can think like them, get down to their level, love on them how they need to be loved on, and get them to and through school, but we do not need to be exactly like them. Some of y'all don't realize y'all are role models and not the students that y'all wish y'all were when you're on school and who y'all used to be. This is not a chance to do school over. You are a role model, not the student you thought, I'm gonna say it again, not the student you thought you would have been in school or who you used to be. This is not your second chance. That is over. If you need a second chance, go back to college. Oh my God, I'm so sick. Oh, people getting into these positions and ruining it for others. And what makes it worse is that she was an Hispanic woman. We, as minorities, already have so much things to fight against. I really be trying to root for other people and my people as well. But sometimes, man, it's, I can't. I can't. I just don't get it. Even Andrea says, I'm like, I don't even want Athena going to school. What the heck, dude? She said, that's what martial arts are for. Listen, I get it. That's what martial arts and wrestling is for. I mean, of course, I understand that we need to give these students a chance to relieve their stress and get rid of anger and all stuff like that. But what she did was not the right way. We need to really talk to these students. Be role models. Because what y'all are doing is not it. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I'm going to have the amazing Erica Cobb, an NAACP Image Award nominated broadcaster and co-host on TEGNA's Daily Blast Live, who's going to join me to discuss her media journey, how she's earned nods from celebrities like Gabrielle Union, how she's building up the next generation of professionals, and more. So stick around because I'll be right back. It's the Jaime Dee Show.
World Premium CBD offers full and broad spectrum CBD oil, extracts, and capsules, which are designed to help you feel your best. Their products are sourced from the best organic hemp and natural ingredients on the market and are tested for quality, purity, and potency. They have a full range of items from health and wellness to beauty to pets. Call 725-205-9223. Visit online at zinworld.com or stop by their location at 9895 South Maryland Parkway and Silverado Range Parkway. Mention KSHP for 10% off in store or use code KSHP online for 15% off.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies, and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! which is live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. This is a real live morning radio show, y'all. Just now tuning in. I already went over the daily news headlines. We had a conversation on if our classrooms are safe in today's climate. And now we are here at the best part of the day. You want to know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because we have Erica Cobb, an NAACP Image Award nominated broadcaster and co-host of TEGNA's Daily Blast Live, who's about to join me live on air. Welcome in, Erica Cobb.
Hey, Jamie.
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good. Girl, you can tell you are a broadcaster. You got the whole setup. You look good.
Well, yeah, this is my she shed.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to get this right. I got it right before the pandemic. So who knew that was going to happen and I would be living in here. Yeah.
Hey, you did good. It looked good over there. And you are beautiful yourself, friend.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank
My pleasure. So welcome into the Jaime Dee Show. I'm super excited to have you here because it's amazing being able to have many different people from many different industries on the show to talk about their journey. Well, Erica, you have done a lot in the industry so far. You're an NAACP Image Award nominated broadcaster. You're a seasoned television host, a social commentator. You have your own podcast. Talk about your journey. How did you get to where you are today?
Man, well, first of all, thank you for having me. This is my honor to be here and join all y'all. For me, it's kind of weird because people always be like, how did you start on your journey? But I always knew that this was going to be my journey. I've known that I was going to be a radio girl since I was 12 years old. And I actually created this space, like not this space, but my version of this space in my bedroom in my parents' house when I was 12. And I would sneak and call the radio stations. So once I ended up in college, I immediately went into an internship and I was like 19 or 20 and I was in the radio space until 2016. And then I moved over to the television space. So that was like 16, almost 20 years. Yeah.
Wow. Almost 20 years. Erica, that is a blessing. Congratulations to you and everything you're doing. Now, we know that you're now on TEGNA's Daily Blast Live. How long have you been with that show?
So we are going into season 7 in September. So it's been 7 years, which is crazy because Daily Blast Live was just a concept. At that point, no one was doing a 360. No one was on broadcast at the same time that they were on YouTube Live. At that time, we were on Facebook Live. So we were really engaging, much like you're doing now, with our viewing audience, but people were also on the broadcast side. Now you see some examples of that, but this was just like a concept they gave us. Like they were like, child, for the last 12 weeks, we'll pay y'all. Now we're going into season 7. And yeah, it's been quite the journey. The show has evolved so much. When we first started, we were kind of like a motley crew. We still are, but we aren't like the typical, we're owned by a news program or a news organization, but we aren't journalists coming in. Some people identify as journalists, but like I came in as a radio girl. We have a guy who came in as a reality TV star, a comedian, 2 comedians actually. Our moderator was more on the journalist side, but she was coming from like Dr. Drew and Pop Sugar and stuff like that. So we were a little bit different than what people were used to seeing on that type of format.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, friend. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, so for those who are in the audience today who probably don't know what Daily Blast Live is, we have somebody from the Dominican Republic in, we have somebody from Alabama in. It shows in your work that you're doing an amazing job. But what they probably don't know is that you guys are airing in all time zones.
Yes.
Talk about that. That's an accomplishment within itself. That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's funny because like so it's Dominican Republic shout out, Alabama shout out. Alabama, I think we have a property in Alabama because we do air on broadcast on 55% of the country. And then of course, you can watch us anywhere online. But actually, where I get stopped the most are when I'm in other countries at the airport. Yeah. So when people are like, "Oh, I don't live in the U.S.," I'm like, "That's okay." Like, unless it's Atlanta, people generally don't say anything to me in the airport,
Right.
unless I'm in another country. So that doesn't stop the show at all. And people, of course, can watch on YouTube. You can engage with us on social media. The show is the show. So you're getting the same thing that everyone's getting, regardless of where you're watching. But if you're watching on YouTube Live, you can also get like a in between, like commercial breaks. We'll talk to the viewers.
Okay, so talk to us about the concept of Daily Blast Live. What is it from its core?
So our motto is we're talking about what you're talking about. So much like your show, you're talking about, trending, pop culture, things that are actively coming across our phones in real time. So our show generally isn't evergreen, meaning once it airs, we're talking about it as the information's coming out, which is really great on one hand, because, if you're getting an alert, like right now, we're all praying for Bronny, obviously. But when you're getting that alert and you're figuring out what's happening, you can come to our show because we're likely talking about that same thing and we're engaging. Now, where it gets a little tricky as a broadcaster is sometimes we're getting very limited information right in the moment and we're giving our opinions, right in the moment. And then as things kind of come in, sometimes the stories evolve, they change.
Yes.
So you have to kind of like normalize changing your mind based on new information, which is something that one of my favorite podcasts says all the time. I'm like, yes, that is it. That is it.
You're not wrong, because even like the whole Carly Russell situation, I was like, oh my gosh, please, like I don't want her to be kidnapped, but I'm like, please, just, I actually have been kidnapped.
I know, isn't that
Come on, Carly, like come on. So I
Such-
get it. Even like yesterday, I was reporting on Twitter, and in the moment they had changed Twitter to X, and I'm like literally saying they'll be changing it. Never mind, they just changed it.
Yeah.
So you get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those out there who are trying to be like us and trying to be in our spaces, talk to them about how you actually got your position with Daily Blast Live. You said you came over from the radio space.
Yes. So, as you know, in radio, like I started in radio in the year 2000, officially. So that's when I first started going into an actual radio station. Now, 8 years before, that was something different. I was just, talking from home. Uh, but which now we all do, I guess, because I
Right.
am at home. So, so when I started in radio, I just knew that was a calling on my life. I had never thought of doing anything else. I just knew that that's what I was going to do. And as things started changing, which really happened in the year 2000, we used to call the system DJ Killer 2000, which was the idea that your local radio people weren't necessarily in your local markets. So you're getting shows from all over the country and it's on your local station. So obviously that also contributed to the demise of a lot of jobs and opportunities. Revenue was way down, and we saw the radio space change. And as someone who my first love is radio. I will say that into the day I die. Like it cultivated and shaped everything in my life. But it became something where it's almost like a complicated relationship, like you're wanting so badly to make this work. And the other person is like, I may not be for you right now. So I had to get really real about what my journey was taking me, because I had lost everything trying to hold on to this job. I went through divorce, unemployment, bankruptcy, just trying to make this work. And then one day, as I got back into the radio space, I was living in California, and it was such a great opportunity for me. Morning radio with a little side gig doing a television like segment every week. And that was my introduction to a regular television program. And something was just like, you know what this journey has afforded you for the past 16 years, and you know what it's taken away from you. Maybe it's time to start a new journey. So I ended up resigning from my job. I was actually engaged, and I got married to my husband. I moved back to Denver. Yes. And as I moved back to Denver, I started going to LA doing workshops and networking. And I picked up a manager, and my third audition was Daily Blast Live, which just happened to be being produced out of Denver, like 5 minutes away from my house.
Wow.
So my point in that is that, first of all, when there's a calling on your life, no matter how uncomfortable that might make you feel in the moment, discomfort is where all the magic happens. And if you are comfortable to listen to that calling and surrender to that calling, then you might find a life that is everything that you ever imagined, and you're ready for it.
Ooh, Eric, let me give you this bell because you are speaking. You even listen, you may not even realize you're speaking to me right now, too, because I've actually been in this space for 2 months. I just got this promotion for this live morning radio show 2 months ago, and I have been striving for this position for over 8 years now. I got my bachelor's in communication arts, my master's in broadcast journalism. I was at community radio. I was at Cumulus Media. I was at iHeart, doing, part-time and trying to help out with this and trying to get my saying in that and having a segment for just a week or a month and then, back to doing what the original job was. So I understand it, friend, and I get it. And I'm grateful for your journey. I'm happy for my journey because one thing that I wished for outside of being in my space was to see people like you and me in that space before I got there. Because even though you can be the trailblazer for your community, it always gives you a sense of reassurance when you see it's possible.
Yes.
And you probably don't realize, well, probably sure you do realize this because you are doing amazing, but there are so many beautiful young women and men out there who are trying to be just like you, and you're giving them hope, and that's beautiful. I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of you. I firmly believe if you can see it, you can be it. And for me, it was Felicia Middlebrooks, WBBM AM Chicago, strong Black queen, grew up listening to her and just thought one day I want to be like Felicia. And I still think about Felicia all the time because that she is the one. She's the one. Yeah.
And I'm from Chicago, so I get that wholeheartedly. All right, so you're doing so much and you're really trailblazing through the industry right now. Talk to us about your weekly podcast, Come Back with Erica Cobb, which airs on all social media major platforms. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so you can pick up Come Back with Erica Cobb on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. We're also adding visuals, so now almost all the visuals are up on YouTube on Come Back with Erica Cobb, and of course I put clips in, on Twitter or mainly Instagram and Facebook, but occasionally you'll see me on LinkedIn and Twitter as well. But Come Back with Erica Cobb is really about a community of folks like yourselves who are getting ready and staying ready for their next chapter. My guests include testimony teachers and celebrities and experts in their fields. It really started out as kind of like a love letter to my particular neighborhood in the culture. Most of my guests are Black women. Most of my guests are Black people or people of color, or allies who are really doing the work to be hand in hand with us, actively doing the work. And what I found in the beginning was I was talking a lot about, my struggles in terms of the setbacks, divorce, bankruptcy, unemployment. And then as I grew and, my life developed, I was like, okay, well, now I'm looking at other people who are saying, these are my struggles that I don't necessarily have personal experiences with, but I have the ability to amplify people who do. And so that's what I started doing. And now my little sister is 7 years younger than me, little Eb, shout out to Ebony. But she lives in Denver now. And so we've been kind of doing a little bonus episode lately where we drop on Wednesdays and we're just kind of talking about what's happening in our lives. I'm going through an IVF journey and for Black maternal health. Those things are really important. So I'm being a little bit more transparent with my testimony, and I'm really excited to get some experts on Black maternal health and infertility onto the podcast. So you're really going to see this evolution that's going to bring my story back into it.
That's beautiful, Erica. I can see why Come Back with Erica Cobb was nominated for Outstanding Society and Culture Podcast at the 2023 NAACP Image Awards. How did it feel when you found out you were nominated?
I hyperventilated. Okay. I still I'm smiling so much because I was on air when I got it. It came in a tweet and I was like, what is this? And I showed it to my co-host Al, and I remember my hand just shaking. He had to take my hand and he's looking. I'm like, what does this mean? And he's like, you just got nominated for NAACP Image Award. And I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, everything. I could cry now. It's such a big deal, and you know this, to just
Yeah.
be recognized for what you're doing, recognized for the heart that you're putting into something. And I am no spring chicken. I am 42 years old. I have been doing this
Where?
since, 42. I have been doing this since I was 12. Okay.
Girl,
Like,
you look gorgeous.
thank you.
You know,
Thank
black
you.
girl crack lets you do it, friend.
Oh my gosh. Well, I appreciate it. But I've been, professionally, I've been doing this since I was 20 years old. So the idea that I'm getting this and from our people, like that is so much bigger. Like, don't get me wrong. I still want an Emmy. Okay. A daytime Emmy would really just, put icing on the cake. But this was everything. And I got to walk the red carpet behind Angela Bassett.
Yes.
It was amazing. It was everything. And I hope to continue on in that space.
That's beautiful. I'm gonna give you the bell again because congratulations, Erica. You truly deserve that. So, talk to us about how do you get nominated for these type of awards? Do you submit? Does your manager submit, or does it just happen?
So you in any award show, you're going to submit what is considered like the best version of your body of work. So in the podcast space, that would be a full podcast. In the television space, it'd be a full show. And what people, most shows, like our show included, are constantly submitting every year to the award shows. But especially when you're like a little engine, and I am someone who is the product of multiple little engines. Like our talk show is only in 55% of the country. So if we're doing daytime talk, we're competing against The View, Sherry, Tamron. Like we're competing against these huge, huge people. Even for the NAACP Image Awards in the podcast space, LeVar Burton won our category. So it's not like, I was the only independent podcast where I'm self-financed in our category.
Wow.
So that's why when people are like, oh, why are you why are you talking about it? You're like campaigning, whatever. I'm like, because I'm the little engine. I'm the one
against the
who's
big dog.
Right. That if I can do this, you can do this. You don't have to have this huge machine behind you.
Right.
You absolutely can.
Oh, that's amazing. Wait. So where do you go to submit your work? Do you just go to like the website when you know the award's going to happen that year?
Yeah. So you should know when all of your deadlines are for whatever award show that you're interested in, and you see what the eligibility, how you're eligible, and then you can submit that way. But yeah, anyone who's in an award show period, that's why when people are like, I don't understand why this didn't get selected. And a lot of times it has to do with there's a lack of representation. There's a lack of, there's an old boys club. There's all of these different things. Absolutely. Yeah. That's always at the foundation of everything. But oftentimes too, sometimes people aren't submitting because they don't feel like it's worth it, or they're feeling like, they're not going to be looked at. And this has been over the course of years. I've been doing this forever. And this is like my first big, national recognition.
Okay, well, go you.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
This is such a great time right now. This is Black girl magic. Love this. So, how did you get nods from Gabrielle Union? That's a big achievement in my opinion.
First of all, okay,
I love her.
I love Gabrielle Union so much. I've only met her one time, and that was
you met her? Oh, I'm jealous.
I did. I met her when I was doing mornings in Chicago at B96. So that was like in 2000. Yeah, Chicago guy. That was like in 2007 or 8. Okay. And she was in town for the McDonald's, like Ronald McDonald House thing or whatever. And I have a picture with her because everyone's like, oh, Erica's like, she like what people always say that she looks like Gabrielle Union, which I don't think we actually look alike. I just think there's like,
I'm trying to zoom into a picture now.
There's this thing, so so I have on my show, I'm talking a lot about, especially when Black women are being scrutinized, being unfairly talked about in the media. At that time, Gabrielle Union was going through the whole thing with America's Got Talent. People were really talking out of their neck about her. And I was on my show like, okay, what you not gonna do is talk about Gabrielle Union.
Right.
And so I'm just, doing my thing. And at this point, there was really like, you almost feel like you're in this building. I've been in the building that we do Daily Blast Live in since I moved to Denver, and that was in 2009. So
Wow.
I don't think about, being in that building as like, my co-host Al always says, these cameras go somewhere, but I never think about that. I'm just like talking to my friends on the panel.
Right.
So one day, my makeup artist, shout out to Jure, comes running in the studio, and he's like, girl, check Instagram. And I'm like, what? And he's like, check it. And so I'm like, I can't even get my Instagram open. So he just shows it to me, and he's like, Gabrielle Union made you her Woman Crush Wednesday. And she these slides of me defending her and Taylor Swift and like something else, and made me her woman. Okay, you couldn't tell me anything. I talked about wanting an Emmy, like a daytime Emmy. I felt like I had won the Emmy, the Oscar, the Grammy, and the Tony. I got an EGOT that day. Okay.
Period. Yes, you just
EGOT Union.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, Erica, we're pretty much out of time. But before we go, talk to us briefly. How are you building up the next generation of professionals? Because you do teach, right?
I consider myself a testimony teacher, and what I'm really like passionate about is the amplification of minority voices. So I can't necessarily be like a mentor to everyone one-on-one, but in order for me to really feel like I'm taking up space in a way that's productive and giving to the people who are coming behind me, it's important that I continue to open up those spaces. So like, for instance, I'll be at Podcast Movement 2023 here in Denver, which is the biggest podcast conference, doing a panel about elevating you're amplifying voices, but also social justice using your platform. There's also just, anytime someone's contacting me on social media, I try my best to get back to them. I try my best to give tools through my podcast about breaking into multiple different industries. So a lot of the things that I'm doing at this point is trying to appease the masses in terms of information and getting experts on who can really point you in the way to go so that you don't have to touch every stove to know that certain stoves are hot.
Erica Cobb, you are amazing. I love you.
Jamie. I love you.
Thank you, friend. I'm so happy to have had you on the Jaime Dee Show. Before we let you go, please tell the audience members how they can find you and follow you.
Thank you. So you can find me at Erica Cobb on all social media platforms. Of course, on YouTube, Come Back with Erica Cobb, and then on anywhere you listen to your podcast, Come Back with Erica Cobb, and leave me a rating, a review. I'll try to get back to you. And I really appreciate the time. I'll be in Vegas for Beyonce in a few weeks. You gonna be there?
I'll be here. Come on out, friend.
Okay.
We're gonna hang out. We're gonna turn up together.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Thank you,
awesome.
Jamie.
Thank you, Erica. I'll follow you on social media and shoot you my information.
Yes.
It was an absolute pleasure having you live on air, Erica. You are bomb. Thank you all so much to everybody who just listened into the Jaime Dee Show, which is live on KSHP AM 1400, 107.1 FM. I'm on every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. So come back tomorrow. It's the Jaime Dee Show. Peace out. What's up, everybody? You were just tuned into the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. If you aren't in the Las Vegas area, you can catch my show live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimeDeeshow. If you want to advertise your business on my show, email us at info@jaimedee.com. Thank you all so much for your support. See you tomorrow.
The Vegas Morning at 10 on KSA.